That's beautiful. What, rosy cheeks? Well.
Well.
Anyway, we have a lot of fun with the president. I hope he enjoys it. Too old to be drafted anyway. Anyway, on the show tonight, we have James Garner and Bobby McFerrin and this gentleman, who, as I mentioned, is 89 years old, and he holds the record for being the world's oldest skydiver. His last jump was in February this year in Louisiana, and we have some videotape courtesy of KLFY from Columbus, Ohio. So, yeah, he's from Columbus. We got the tape from this other station. Is that KLFY in Columbus, Ohio?
Yes.
Okay, roll the tape, and we'll show you this gentleman. In the water? That they didn't tell me. Was he supposed to land there?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I hadn't seen this. I thought he was going to land. I thought he had missed completely. Would you welcome Eddie Townsend? Well, congratulations.
Boy.
Thanks on that great scene I saw with Mr. President.
Yeah, you liked that, huh?
I loved it.
Yeah.
And this old man loves them all.
Yeah, you scared me. I had not seen that tape before. And normally skydivers land on the ground, don't they?
I agree with you.
Yeah. Were you supposed to land in the water?
I wanted to.
Yeah? Well, that's okay then. That's quite remarkable.
Because he got hurt on the land jump, and I'll never take another one.
Yeah, that's dangerous. It's a little easier in the water, huh? Yeah, well, congratulations. That's remarkable. You're 89?
89, last February the 5th.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to have you with us tonight. Are you familiar with our show, The Tonight Show?
Well, I saw you once lately, Johnny, because I wanted to get familiar with you. I used to go to sleep at that time at night. But I also saw you years ago, I don't know how many, you had a jumper on.
Yeah.
Smitty the jumper. He was age 83.
Uh-huh.
Now, I think he told everybody never to take another solo jump, and he hasn't himself. He took a tandem. But here I am at 89, and I am not going to say anything about him.
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah, I understand you don't watch our show often, but you're a big fan of Ed McMahon's?
Yes, sir. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Marine, yes, sir. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Good man.
A gyrene.
That's right.
And I saw him something else.
Myself.
He said, you're a gyrene. I wanted to get in the Marines. I went in the Army because I had to eat bananas and water to get enough weight.
And you can be a Marine. You're tough enough to be a Marine.
Semper Fi, thank you,
Semper
sir.
Fi.
How are you, Eddie?
Yes, sir.
Because he was a Marine, that's why you like him. You wanted to be a
Well,
Marine?
he's a good man anyway, but he has the medal of a Marine.
Yeah,
That's pretty tough.
Yeah, did you want to be a Marine or were
Yes,
you?
sir. Or the Airborne, either one. I couldn't make either one, or the Navy either. Didn't weigh enough.
Oh, you didn't weigh enough?
Stupid little guy.
Right. Ed weighed enough for a platoon. No, not at that time. No. When did you try to join the Marine Corps?
1917 in April, right after we went in.
Wow. Yeah. Now, did you make your first parachute jump when you were in the service or what?
That's right, in 1942 when I was 45.
Yeah. The parachutes they have today are better than the ones they had in 1945, aren't they? More maneuverable and easier to handle?
They're much better, and you can make a softer landing with those squares they have,
Yeah.
7 and 9 cells.
Yeah.
There's no hard opening unless you're down easier.
Yeah.
Which is pretty nice.
So why did you decide to make your first parachute jump when you were 45 years of age?
Well, it was to make some money, to tell you the truth.
Well, that's a good reason. Yeah.
I met this Royal Air Force officer. His name was Carney. That's all I knew him. He got in a bar at the Central Hotel in Glasgow. We got drinking a little turkey, and all of a sudden I was out on the field getting in an airplane. I never even been in an airplane. You know that.
So couple of belts of good scotch will do it every time, right?
You know, that really gives you a lesson.
Yeah. So you went out and made your first jump.
Right then. It was a trainer plane, and all I had was reserve, and I didn't think about parachuting, except I watched a few films, and I know you had to roll, hit here and here, and keep rolling.
They don't teach you that way anymore. They just teach you to jump on the ground, don't they?
Yeah, they teach you to jump all over off the little short places.
So did you like that first jump? Were you scared?
No, and I didn't get any kick out of it. I just had to have that money.
Yeah. Well, why did you keep jumping then?
Well, I've always wanted in this Guinness book. You know, I've read it since the first edition in 1954.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't want to just eat a bucket of sardines or get in a phone booth with a lot of nice quid. I had
You want to do something really...
Well, different, and a little spice to it, maybe. Don't mean anything much.
Yeah.
It's just safer than riding a Fee-Ray out here. And when you get old, it'll keep you from being bored to death. That's a couple of things about it.
Well, that's remarkable. Now, the record was held before by somebody who was 83 or 84, you said?
That's right. That was from Norm McFadden.
Oh, I remember him, the famous physical cultural.
That's right. He owned a big hotel called the Norm McFadden down on the Strip at Army Beach.
Yeah.
And he jumped in at age 83 in the Seine River and the Hudson.
Yeah. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a break here, and then we'll come back and we'll talk a little while longer, okay?
Thank you
can
a lot.
stay up with us, can't you, for a while?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Oh, Letterman skydiver. I watched you during the music here. You were really getting with it.
Keep going.
Yeah, no wonder you stay so young.
You put pep into me.
Well, the audience was watching. You were sitting here. You still go out dancing? I know you were married for about 45 or 44 years?
44 years.
Yeah. Good. What's the secret for a good, successful marriage?
Well, mine may not have been, but I can tell them what it could be.
Yeah.
You have to tell them that you love you.
I think that's
You
the point.
cannot just write it to them like I did. All my love and all that stuff, at the
gotta
bottom.
tell 'em.
That don't do at all, does it?
Yeah.
And then send them some roses, even if it's just one. I couldn't do it. Now I send hundreds of dollars to lots of women who don't even know them. But you got to...
Who are these women, Eddie?
Well, people I see in the paper and so forth and like them, or anything, just relatives, all kinds of women.
Send them roses.
Because, you see, maybe I'm guilt-ridden. I didn't give her...
Didn't do it the first
The only one I gave her, I stole in a Clearwater Bay down there in the Coachman's Park. And I handed it to her when she came out of Moss Brothers.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Then, you have to tell them that they look fine.
Well, tell me, look.
Tell them they're either, for instance, a severe and classic beauty, or say you're the epitome of feminine loveliness with an air of delicate refinement.
So what you're saying is, hello, bimbo doesn't make it. Okay, I got that.
I see. I determined all this after the marriage was all over. That's too late.
Yeah, well, it's good advice for people
I don't want
watching.
these guys to do that.
Okay, well, you've given some good, solid advice there.
You know, I'm one of the older and I love them all out there. If I can tell them anything worthwhile, all right. But they don't have to believe it.
Yeah. Now, how do you keep yourself? Somebody says you use some memory tricks or something to keep your mind active?
Yes. You know, when you're above 80, you have to brush off senility. You better do it or you're going right down the sewer, Right
down the sewer. How do you keep senility from overtaking, most people as they get older?
Well, I was an avid reader, and I got the idea of memorizing things from books I read, and I say a couple in the morning before I even get out of bed, and then I say a lot more right in the morning.
Could you give me an idea?
I write 1, 2, and 3 on a piece of paper and make the cross.
Yeah.
And if I got very few answers, but if I couldn't get most of them, I was very angry.
Ah, what kind of things?
Well, just a certain ones like, I vow to my country all earthly things above, entire, whole, and perfect the service of my love. And then, like the books, the narrow corner, ranks with of human bondage, a story of Malaysia, of a fugitive from justice, and of a girl who drove men to destruction. And then, like say, it was a shattering, devastating episode. Lee Cobb was Willie Loman in Arthur Miller's classic novel, The Death of a Salesman.
Right.
I saw that on the legitimate stage several times in the TVs. I just cried every time from that
Did you
poor
really?
man.
Yeah, well, that's interesting.
Maybe I could have been him.
Yeah, you could
I
have...
wasn't smart enough, though.
Yeah. Well, you have a nice outlook on life. Obviously, do you jump anymore at all since you set that record?
Since February?
Yeah.
No, sir, but I'll go if anybody jumps over 89, if a broken leg or what have you. And if I've lost, if I've given up the senility, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Then I want one more jump with B.J. Works. He's a famous jumper, you know. He's in that Bond picture. And, I want to jump at a ski resort in a 40-foot bank. And if an avalanche comes down and covers Fast Eddie, I'm willing to stay there.
Yeah? No. That's a good answer. No, I don't want to put you on the spot. I don't want to put you on the spot, but now that you're single, do you have any lady friends you see occasionally?
Well, there's one there in Commerce, Mary Hayes. She's a brilliant businesswoman, and she's raised a fine family. Now, I think I'm old enough to be her father. She's only 73.
It's always nice to go with those young chicks, though.
But I've stopped seeing her, and I told her the
You
reason.
stopped seeing her? Why?
Yeah, it costs about $50 every time you take her out.
What's her name again?
Mary Hayes.
Mary, if you're watching, you got to kick in with half of this if you're going to go out. How about a little double dating with Eddie, huh? Yeah. She'll go for $25 and you spring for 25?
We have the drinks first and wander on to another bar after happy hour's over, and then,
Yeah.
and then drink more and eat more.
And then go, huh?
No, I can't take that. She's way ahead of time.
Where do you end up the evening? Is it?
Well, listen, that's another story, and that's why I don't want to...
That's the story we want to hear, Eddie.
How do you get all these pertinent
I don't know,
questions to
but...
answer me?
Well, you may have another world's record we don't know about. So you kind of sweet on Mary,
As a
huh?
lawyer, that's a moot question,
Yeah.
but I can't answer it. The trouble is, she's taken me in her own car. Now, I'm very proud and independent. I have no reason to be, but I am.
What?
Now,
Don't you have a car?
Now, I finally sold my car, which I drove around the last 2 years without even a driver's license.
Oh.
That's very peculiar. I had it shipped up from Florida in a van with my furniture, and I drove up here 4 days. I said, Fast Eddie, that's 6 cities you've driven in 2 states, and you still don't have a driver's license for the last 2 years. Now, that has to stop.
Yeah, why don't you have a license, Eddie?
Well, they revoked it. That's one good reason.
Okay, that's a good reason.
Yeah, they revoked it, and that's a good question. You really got me going.
I'm sorry about that. Well, I'm interested in this. So Mary picks you up in her car.
Yes, you see, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
I had one ticket on Miami Beach for parking in 35 years in Florida.
What were you doing?
I was seeing somebody in a hotel. That's good, too. Now, I lived at the Scottish Towers on Dunedin Causeway. They used to bring one old man, not even my age, down from his room, 2 stories, and put him in his darn car, and he'd drive away. Then there was an elderly lady there that smashed up 2 masonry walls, and in 2 weeks she had a new car and was driving.
Yeah.
I'm a little rebel. I said, this isn't going to do for me.
Yeah.
And I kept driving.
Yeah.
Now, a friend of mine would cut decals off in a junkyard and paste them on my car, you know, from 85 to 86.
Yeah.
February till June.
Right.
And it kept rolling this way.
So.
People squealed on me, but they never caught me.
Well, at least you got Mary and she's got her car now. Well, that's real nice.
Mary Hayes, yeah.
Mary Hughes, yeah. She sounds like a nice lady.
I want her to keep it, but I don't want to ride in it.
Yeah, well, you want to be independent when you get older, right? You don't want to have somebody chauffeur you around. Does
That's right.
Does she let you drive her car? Have you ever asked her?
No, I never asked her. And And she doesn't get in to take me in the house either, like some other people have been doing, because I was declared legally blind in 1984 in January at the Bay Pines Hospital.
That might be another reason they picked up your license.
Yes, I thought of that.
Yeah. Well, you seem to see perfectly all right.
I can see in the daytime when you drive.
Yeah.
At night, I never drove. I can't see that far in the night.
Yeah.
But, some of these girls that I went with lead me up to the door. I can't take that much longer. I'm going to move to Papeete or somewhere.
Yeah.
Which I love down there.
You sound like a happy man, Eddie.
Well, at times. No, that's not the truth.
Oh, really? Something I didn't ask you?
Well, you're drawing everything out of this old man.
Yeah, sure, trying to. You wear your hair long, too.
Yes, and I swore when I was 80, if anybody ever cut any of this hair on, they were in bad trouble.
So you let the hair long?
I let the hair go, absolutely. And,
good for you. Yeah.
Oh, dear, it's just awful, too, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what.
No, they told me I was a manic depressive after World War II. You're up and down like a yo-yo, but you want to stay up most of the time like you do.
Well, you seem like you're just fine.
You retrained your stature and your posture, and that's why you won that $1 million up in Chicago in a non-television show with Sears in October of '84. And you're on the same page with Dolly Parton.
Did the lights just go out, Eddie? What's that?
Right. And you're on the same page with Dolly Parton that only made $400,000 from one.
Is that right? Oh, I know what you're talking about. You mean salary? Yeah.
Salary.
Yeah, I didn't know for a minute what you're talking
That's
about.
a world salary to me.
Well, Eddie, I thank you for coming tonight. I hope you'll keep in touch with us, and if anybody breaks your record, you're going to go out and break it back,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mary, Eddie's headed back your way. Get out the car. We'll be right back with Jim Garner.